Hillary Clinton just made a rare post-election public appearance. She spoke with Christian Amanpour at a Woman for Woman international event and opened up about why she says she's not the president right now. Take a look.
I was on the way to winning until the combination of Jim Comey's letter on October 28th and Russian WikiLeaks raised doubts in the minds of people who were inclined to vote for me but got scared off. If the election had been on October 27th, I'd be your president. Did we make mistakes? Of course we did. Did I make mistakes? Oh my gosh, yes. I did win more than 3 million votes than my opponent. I'm now back to being an activist citizen and part of the resistance.
So does that cover some reasons as to why? Or is she overlooking stuff? Or?
This was the most unimpressed I've been with Hillary Clinton. Every time I see her do an interview, I'm waiting for a moment where she just doesn't blame anyone but herself and acknowledges why they lost. Why? The reason why she lost was that her foreign policy at the State Department was a disaster. Her intervention in Libya led to terrorist havens and the infiltration of ISIS. She lost because she picked a bad vice presidential candidate. She didn't do proper groundwork in states like Wisconsin, in states like Michigan, in states like Pennsylvania. She lied to people. She made the decision.
Don't bring up the lie, please. Don't bring up lying.
About having the server.
Don't bring up lying about people.
Okay, well, she did.
Yeah, let's not put lies in, because if we're going to compare.
But no, I'm not here to. I'm not here to compare one.
I can hear you on other stuff, but the lying I just can't handle. Go ahead, babe. Did you?
Well, I was just no. I was going to let you finish if you had. But I tend to agree. I was a little shocked when I saw her say that at first, because I think there was a moment after the election when so many of us stopped after looking at those polls and the buildup, and we were like, what did we miss? In some ways, I think she might still be missing some of it. I think if she had said these both were a part of the problem, but that they missed.
She did.
She did, but
after
Christian actually egged her, she said, do you take any responsibility for this?
Yeah.
And I found that the fact that out of the gates her answer was the Russian thing and Comey, because I think there were messaging problems. She wasn't on the ground. A lot of the people that spoke up.
She won 3 million more votes than Donald Trump did, so her message was out there. People wanted to vote for her, and the bottom line is, the FBI was investigating Trump's Russia ties, and they since July, and they only mentioned that this March. Yet they mentioned it in October.
Sonny, I voted for her. I'm a Hillary Clinton supporter.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I was disappointed by the interview, because to me at this moment what she needed to say was, we missed the mark in a lot of ways. There were things we didn't hear, and it shows me in this interview she might still be missing.
I don't know that she missed the mark.
But
I don't know that she missed the mark.
She also lost the election because the election isn't run by the popular vote. It's run by the Electoral College, and she's a seasoned politician. And she should know that those states that she skipped out on, those states that she didn't go to, that cost her the election. Oh, really? She sounds like she did it, because that's what cost her the election. There were people in the center of the country that felt ignored.
Was FBI Director Comey. What cost her the election, in my humble opinion, is Russia's hacking. And what cost her the election is, if you look at the stats, people, I agree with Van Jones in a sense. This was a white lash. There have been studies, 20% of people voted because of racism. And I think after 8 years of a black president, there was no way that this woman was going to win.
Who they elected twice. The country elected a black president twice because he was a good candidate. She was not a good candidate.
You know, she was not a good candidate. You know what? Here's the truth about her. My opinion, she would have made a great president. She was not a great candidate. I'll agree with you. But she would have been a great president. He was an interesting candidate and a lousy president.
He had a clear message.
You know what? Let's face it. Putin wanted to make America great again. Let's tell the truth.
She was the most qualified candidate for president that we've ever had.
But that's not what the debate is about.
She wasn't a good